नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Good morning, Subhodayam. So, Pol Bagil is sounded. Next 1 month, a lot of buzz, a lot of activity. It is great. News channels, YouTube channels, social media, everywhere you will find only one thing: election. Who will win, who will lose, with what majority. They will be dishing out all kind of information. Something is true, something is not true. Misinformation, disinformation, everything will be dished out. Anyway, the great in a democracy, elections are kind of festival. Yeah, please see page number 82. The first quote in the page: if in this hell of a world one can bring a little joy and peace, even for a day, into the heart of a single person, that much alone is true. This I have learned after suffering all my life. All else is mere moonshine. Every session I don't leave out this quote. Swamiji is saying here, if in this hell of your world, నరకం సదృశ ఈ ప్రపంచంలో ప్రపంచం ఒక నరకంలా కనపడింది వివేకానంద స్వామికి. If in this hell of a world one can bring a little joy and peace even for a day into the heart of a single person, that alone is true. This I have learned after suffering all my life. జీవితాంతం బాధలు కష్టాన్ని అనుభవించిన తర్వాత నేను ఈ మాట చెప్తున్నా అంటున్నాను. స్వామీజీ అంటే నా జీవిత అనుభవం చెప్తున్నాను మీకు. ప్రపంచం నిజానికి నరకంలో ఉంది. The best way to make yourself happy is to give some happiness, some joy, some peace to somebody around you. then you will have peace and happiness for yourself. See, different people see the world in a different way, right? For all the prophets and mystics, like Buddha also saw the world like that. He said, world is on fire. World is on fire. Because people of that caliber, what their heart would be extremely tender. చాలా సున్నితమైనటువంటి హృదయం కలిగి ఉంటారు వాళ్ళు. మిగతా వాళ్ళ కష్టాలు బాధలని వాళ్ళ బాధలు అవుతాయి. ఇక అప్పుడు ప్రపంచం నరకంలో కనపడుతుంది, రైట్? వై యాక్చువల్ వర్ దే పెసిమిస్టిక్? వాళ్ళు ఏమన్నా అంటే నిరాశావాదులా? కాదు. Those prophets, how they would become a pessimist? They could see the world. They could place themselves in others' shoes and see and experience the suffering and burden of life. So the problem today is you don't see many joyful faces because we lack in contentment. Now people may ask, Swamiji, if we have contentment, santrupti, then how we will progress in life? I'm not saying that you should not have goals or objectives, but to experience life as life, you need to have contentment. The problem with us is we are not happy with what we have. Everyone has some sense of incompleteness. God has not given me enough. That's the problem. That's the regret. భగవంతుడు నాకు ఇవ్వలేదు, మిగతా వాళ్ళకి ఎక్కువ ఇచ్చాడు అన్న భావన మన అందరికీ ఉంది. Because we compare ourselves with somebody else around and he or she has more than what I have. I have not been given enough. God has done injustice to me. So this leads to what? Dissatisfaction in life all the time. Other person with whom you have compared and you think that he has more, and he is comparing himself with somebody else who has more than what he has, and he is also discontented. ఆయనకి కూడా జీవితంలో అసంతృప్తి ఉంది, ఇంకా ఏదో సాధించాలి, ఇంకా నాకు ఎనఫ్ లేదని. So because of this lack of contentment, we're always in a kind of run or a kind of chase. పరుగులు పెడుతూనే ఉన్నాం. But I want to tell you that there are people, millions in this country, who don't have as much as you have. At least if you have all the limbs intact. Somebody sent me a WhatsApp video the other day. Two differently abled people, they're helping each other. One young man, he doesn't have hands at all, no hands. The other young person has only one hand. And they are helping each other out. The person who has one hand, he is actually tearing a chapati, he's cutting a chapati, using his toe and his one hand. That one hand is also not, some problem is there. So he is feeding the other man who doesn't have hands at all. So there are so many such people. Compared to their suffering, your suffering is nothing. But everybody feels that as his own cross actually is the heaviest. మనందరం ఒక సిలువను మోస్తున్నాం. ప్రతి మనిషి అనుకుంటున్నాడు కదా, తన జీవిత భారమే చాలా ఎక్కువ భారం అనుకుంటాను. నా సిలువే చాలా పెద్దది, బరువు అయింది, మిగతా అన్నీ చాలా లైట్స్. అదర్స్ ఆర్ యాక్చువల్లీ క్యారింగ్ లైట్ crosses. My cross is the heaviest అనుకుంటున్నాను. No. So that is the problem. When we have this contentment, you will be grateful and thankful to God, and then automatically you will become happy and joyful. When you are joyful and happy, God will give you more. No, for sure. Okay? మీకు ఎప్పుడైతే మనం ఆనందంగా ఉండగలుగుతామో అప్పుడు భగవంతుడు మనకి ఎక్కువ ఇస్తాడు. ఆ ఆనందంగా ఉండటం రాకపోతే ఎప్పటికీ ఆనందంగా ఉండలేము. ఇట్స్ జస్ట్ ఎ చాయిస్. If you want to be happy, you can be happy now also. If you don't want to be happy, whatever you may get, you will not be happy. Even if I make you the Prime Minister of this country tomorrow, you will not be happy. That is the nature of the human mind. మన వాడు చాలా శాస్త్రీయంగా మనిషి మనస్తత్వాన్ని విశ్లేషించి మనకి జ్ఞానాన్ని అందించారు. That's why they say contentment is very important to make oneself joyful and happy and peaceful. Have goals, you strive for them, but be happy with what you have now. Because there are millions who don't have as much as you have now. భగవంతుడు కనీసం మంచి ఆరోగ్యం కూడా ఇవ్వలేదు, రైట్? అట్లీస్ట్ ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ గుడ్ హెల్త్ అండ్ ఆల్ లిమ్స్ ఆర్ ఇంటాక్ట్, okay, that means itself is a blessing. Because God always loves the people who are joyful, who are contented. You will get more only when you have contentment. That's why it is important to have contentment. It's important to be joyful. If you are not happy and joyful in the moment, you will never be happy, joyful tomorrow. But our understanding is that I don't have this. If I get tomorrow, I will be happy. So we keep postponing our happiness forever. రేపటికి పోస్ట్పోన్ చేసుకుంటున్నాం మన ఆనందాన్ని. రేపటికి అది వస్తుంది, అది వచ్చిన తర్వాత నేను ఆనందంగా ఉంటాను. దిస్ ఈజ్ ద మిస్టేక్ యాక్చువల్లీ అవర్ మైండ్ మేక్స్ అస్ డూ. మైండ్ ఆల్వేస్ చీట్స్ అస్. మన మనస్సు ఈ విధంగా మనల్ని మోసం చేస్తూనే ఉంటుంది. అది మోసం చేస్తుందని గ్రహించి ఆ మోసానికి గురి కాకుండా, రైట్, ఉన్నదాంతో సంతృప్తంగా ఉంటే, నాకున్నదా మాత్రం కూడా లేనటువంటి వాళ్ళు ఈ ప్రపంచంలో, ఈ దేశంలో మిలియన్స్లో ఉన్నారు. So I am happy, I am contented, O Lord, అని చెప్పి if you express your thankfulness and gratitude to the Lord, you will get more. God will give you more. So it is important to be happy and joyful. To be happy and joyful, you need to have contentment. You will have goals. You will pursue your goals, but at the same time, you are a joyful human being because you have contentment. Thank you. This much for today.